Holy crud! He's a sitting duck out there!
He knows what he's doing.
The law! I am the law!
I am the law.
I am the law.
I am the law!
Holy crud!
I am the law.
He knows what he's doing.
The one, the only Vince, Judge Dredd.
I am the law.
I'm not a huge fan of Judge Dredd. I mean, I've read a few of his comics.
That's exactly what I've read about him.
Zero.
About as much as Dave is talking about.
The number one thing that Judge Dredd never does, Vince, ever, is take his helmet off. As soon as Stallone took his helmet off in that movie, the movie was over. What you really have to have for a guy not to take his helmet off through the whole movie is a great actor who can portray Judge Dredd wearing a helmet. It would be like watching a Batman film where he's in a bat suit the entire time, and he's never Bruce Wayne. I mean, it's like you had to have somebody step up to do that job. And the guy who plays Judge Dredd is a great actor. I've always loved him and everything I've seen him in.
Yep, Carl Urban. He's just fantastic. He was Bones McCoy in the new Star Trek film.
And I also believe he was in Lord of the Rings, wasn't he?
Yep, all three of them.
And what I loved about this film is it doesn't hold back. I mean, it's crazy, super, super crazy violent. I mean, it's as violent as anything I've seen all summer. It's probably the most violent movie, actually, I did see all summer.
I really wasn't expecting the amount of violence in it, or the amount of blood, even.
I like when somebody gets shot, they explode. It's like sort of like a Quentin Tarantino movie. You get shot in the head, and boom, you have no head. I mean, it's gone.
And I'm not complaining about it because I'm actually into that kind of thing, and that made me happy to see all that.
It kind of reminded me of the original RoboCop. You know how the over insane violence was in the original RoboCop?
That's what it reminded me of, too.
I loved it. I mean, I loved everything about this. And they finally, after the horrendous Judge Dredd movie with Stallone in it, this is Judge Dredd. I mean, if anyone has any problems with Judge Dredd, you know, then go back to your Stallone movie, because this is Judge Dredd.
I'll be the judge of that.
This movie didn't do very good at the theaters, and it's really sad that it didn't do good at the theaters, because it probably, you know, if more people would have went and saw this, you would have been surprised. I mean, I think this would have really surprised a lot of people of how actually, I mean, it was really good. It was actually impressive.
And I liked the story. The story was fantastic. I liked the fact that he's like training the rookie who also is in the comic. And the one complaint I had from a friend of mine saying they didn't really show much of Mega City, but that wasn't so much in the story. I mean, it's like, yeah, Mega City's there, but they didn't really show much of it because it took place in more of an isolated area.
Well, hopefully, if they make a sequel to this, they will. I mean, I'm sure they will go more into Mega City.
That's what I told him. I said, well, when they made this movie, they were probably thinking of it as a huge franchise that, you know, once they got done with this one, they were going to expand it out and show more stuff. And being that all you idiot morons didn't go see this movie, I'm one of them. I got to admit, you know, but the only reason I didn't go see it is because it came out in a wrong month when me and Vince were doing horror month, where we were reviewing horror movies the entire month, and I didn't have a chance to go see it. And by the time October was over, this movie was gone. It was out of the theaters.
Exactly. So I missed it. Dave missed it. And I'm really sad and disappointed that I missed it because I really did enjoy this film. And I actually, as corny and campy as the original one was, I mean, there were altogether that is one of, even though it's one of Sylvester Stallone's worst films. Yeah, I actually, there were parts of that movie that I actually did enjoy. I did like the original one somewhat, but this one is just totally different, and it's impressive.
I can already tell you it's going to end up being a cult classic to everybody who finally discovers this film. It will go down as a classic movie. And because of that, I'm hoping we'll get more. But, yeah, I don't know.
You know, there's so many places it could go now.
Judgment time.
So, I would have to give Judge Dredd, now that I finally ended up seeing this film, could not have been more impressed with it. I absolutely loved it from the time it started to the time the credits rolled. So I'd have to give it a go!
He knows what he's doing.
I am the law. Let's finish this.
And I would have to give Judge Dredd a film that impressed me, didn't blow me away, but it impressed me. I would have to at least give it 5 out of 5. I am the law.
In town, you're the law. Out here, it's me. Let it go. Let it go.
That made me happy to see all that.